It'd be really funny if we like kept talking and then we just never went live and like, everyone's like, where are they?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Andrew is already here, so that's cool. What's up? Oh, hey, Mike Jones. Thank you, man. As he says, patiently waiting. Appreciate you, brother. Magic City Beard Company. What's up, man? So today, guys, I've got Scott here. We're gonna learn a little bit about him because I got a couple of questions to ask him. He loves to talk, so this is gonna be really easy and kind of fun. Hey, what's up, Michael?
It's a good warning.
Everyone's like, where are they? Oh crap! Now I gotta mute mine. Hold on. Andrew is already here. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had YouTube open at the same time and it was kind of mess with me. All right, guys. So before I start, I just want to say a couple of things. First off, down on the bottom here, I have scrolling the discount code for the Bearded Coast. You can save 35% using the code there, which is Embrace35. And then that does not count for apparel or anything. That's just the beard products. And just as a reminder, really the purpose of this in my mind is to provide back to the community by doing a stream once a month with a large percentage off for whatever company wants to be a part of it. And so obviously this month we had like a ton of Black Friday sales. So but nonetheless, we are here and Scott is here. So thank you, Scott, for joining.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad to be here. Happy to be here. Very exciting. So, what's up, blue shirt? Bearded Joe Mo. Oh,
Alex is here. Mo's here. What's up, guys?
Twitch. Tomahawk.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what got you into like making or wanting to make a beard like company? Like what was it? Did you watch influencers, or were you just part of the community already and you were silently waiting to pull the trigger? What was it?
No, man. So I kind of just started out in the sense of trying to grow a beard. Like I would get to that weird point where it would start itching and bothering me and stuff, and I would just shave it off and go, oh well, and it started to grow again, and I'd do the same thing. And being a nerd, I don't know why I wouldn't Google it, but I didn't. And then one day I did. I just decided to Google it, and first video that popped up was a Dan C video, and I watched it, and I really liked his presence, and he had a great way of speaking to people. It was just a very good connection there, and so I watched more videos, and and I remember running down that night. I watched like a couple videos. I spent like an hour watching his little videos, and then I ran to Target to get some beard oil because I was like, I know they're gonna have it, and I live in this small city, and there's nothing here, so except for a Target. So I ran there and I got it and threw it in beard in the car. It was like probably 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, oh, sweet relief. Of course, anything at that point would have been sweet relief. It was cool. It was kind of like was a smile moment, and I was like, cool. I can totally grow a beard now. I just got to get better stuff. So, I watched more and I got more involved in the community, and then one day I was just like, maybe I could make this stuff. I was looking for like an outlet, like a hobby outlet, and I started doing it, and I got really deep into it, and then my barber after my friends were like, dude, this is good stuff. It's really cool. My barber was actually, I was talking to him about it as I finally got my my second beard trim ever from him. And he was like, dude, he's like, your beard's looking great, man. You should, I talked to him about what I was making and what I was using and stuff. And he's like, dude, you should try to sell it. Just go on Etsy or something, or go to the farmers markets or things. And I was like, yeah, cool, bro. I could try that, I guess. Why not? You know? So I was going to, and then COVID hit, and I was like, well, what else could I do? I guess I could do Etsy, but I was like, nah, I got this cool coupon that flashed in my email for like 2 months of free Shopify. And I was like, I could do that. Sure. Why not? I could set up a website pretty quick. So being the nerd I am, I was like, challenge accepted. I set up a website and then just decided to try my hand at promoting it and doing it. And it all spiraled from there, and it's been fun. And I thought the goal of it always is to be fun for me and have that fun creative outlet, and then give back to a community that gave me a lot too. Because along that journey of being able to grow a beard and watching Dan's videos, I met you, and I met Kyle and Joe, and I met other people as well that have just become really friends of mine. Like I talk to you guys like all the time. You can we get personal and stuff, and like you have a bad day, man. I had a bad day. We talk, man. Like we're bros and stuff, and that community and that kind of support is something that I seriously just really want to. I wanted to give back to, so I try to find every way I can to give back. So that's kind of long story short, I guess. I could talk.
No, that was that was a fantastic answer. And I was genuinely curious because, I assume there's a lot of beard companies that are part of the community, and maybe they are there and they don't talk a whole lot. And then they get this idea, like you said, like, hey, like I'm going to do the same thing. And so I'm genuinely curious, like what got you in? So that was perfect. Actually kind of what I wanted to hear, which is kind of awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I get into the science of that stuff. I like dissecting, and I like doing things like that. And I remember, like I got so involved with it, like it's almost like a challenge. Like where I listened to Tyson, and Copper Tyson said the same thing. We both took like 15 different carrier oils, tested them for like a couple weeks on ourselves. I have a notebook like that thick that looks like a diary I've been working on for like 10 years. That's been stuffed under my bed. It's nuts. And it's so beaten up, but there's notes from everything I've done. And I took all that and I used all those ingredients and everything that I liked that worked well for me. And, and then as I've been progressing too, like I'm a huge constructive criticism guy, man. I took every single bit of criticisms that constructive criticisms from all that you've used my product, and from orders that have done the same thing, friends and family. And I've made tweaks and stuff to where I'm at now, and I'm really happy with.
Yeah, dude, that's seriously awesome. It's funny. It seems like a lot of us who get into this beard world, we all have a lot in common. And I found that out like, kind of slowly, like as I've met people and talked to people. And one of them is that we like dive into this beard stuff. Like we get really, really into it. And so, I mean, why do you think I have a channel, right? Like, I wouldn't have bought this $500 camera, if I didn't think and research and really dig in, kind of like you're saying, but you started making the products and I started making the content. And so it just went two different ways, but started at the same place, which is really cool. Yeah, I had an itchy beard. Yeah. I wanted to grow a beard because, I was just like, hey, I don't want to know what it's not like. I need to know what this is like to grow a beard. And so, that's what I did. And then here I am now. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would challenge everyone to do that too. It's really it's a fun project just to do for yourself. Go get small bottles of good, fair quality, carrier oils of different varieties. Use those solely for a little bit and just see what they really do for you. I mean, because that way that can actually help you identify what you like or what your beard likes the most as well. And then you can look for those ingredients in companies too and say, oh man, they've got these 3 that I really love, and go from there. I think it's a fun little experiment to do for yourself. So you really understand what each carrier does for your beard and why we use them.
Yeah, no, that's great. And that's actually something I haven't done yet. I think Dan did a video on a company. Dan did a video on a company that had carrier oils, like individual, and they sold them. I don't remember what the company name was now. And I've thought several times about picking them up, but I haven't yet. So,
I know Fable did that one. What are they? The Alchemist, I think, right? They had that little alchemy kit that they did.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do it or not, but I think it was totally fantastic. It's fun. I remember reading the comments, reviews from people on it because I was like, that's a really neat idea, and people loved it. They did it with their kids and mixed them together, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. So here's a question. Everyone's talking about it in the comments, right? Salty vibes. Everyone loves salty vibes. That's like the scent of the year.
Sorry, yours didn't make it.
No, mine has not made it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was super excited. I was really hoping, man. It's okay. I was walking down to the mailbox today, like, come on, I know it's Sunday, but please. So what was do you have
I guess are you using carrier pigeon?
Yeah, right. Carrier pigeons. It would have got here quicker. But so
Be
what's
fun.
your story behind Salty Vibes? Like, what were you going for? Why did you make it? Like, what made you come across that scent profile?
So I was trying to, it was my first holiday really, I guess. And it means a lot to me because I'm a dad and I have a really great relationship with my dad, and it was Father's Day, or well, Father's Day was coming up, and I was like, cool. It's, I opened in mid-April. It's the first holiday that's really kind of coming up that I can actually maybe play with, because it costs a lot of money to actually to develop a scent and to get the labeling for it and mess with it and all that stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna do Father's Day. I really think it'd be fun. And the first thing that popped in my mind was like my dad, and like, what is he like? Well, besides sports and and maybe like pizza and Mexican food and like, of course, the junk food, he would only ever drink a strawberry margarita from a Mexican restaurant when we went there, and that was like his vice. He loved it. That was like his thing. And usually with Father's Day, we would always take him to his favorite Mexican restaurant, and that's what he would get, just a virgin strawberry margarita. He didn't like alcohol. I think I've maybe seen him have 2 beers in his entire life, maybe. So right. I was like, I want to do that for dad. I think that'd be kind of fun. I could see myself wearing, because I like citrus a lot. So I was like, that'd be really cool. So I just went to work drinking a lot of margaritas that are strawberry flavored and tried to make a scent that replicated it. And I did the same with Dark and Stormy. And I don't know, it was fun. Why not? And then that came out for dad. And it was like, that was the first scent that actually like a lot of people took notice to and started picking up. And then I went to go remove it from the site and people kept asking about it. So I put it back because it was just supposed to be a limited scent. And it's doing its thing now, man. I love it too. I wouldn't have had to remove it, but I was going to, because it was just a holiday or like a limited scent.
Yeah. Oh, see, I didn't know it was supposed to be a limited scent at all. And so, so now it's part of your line. I mean, you're going to keep it there, or what do you think?
Oh yeah. I know it's definitely staying there. I mean, I like it anyway, but I think if I pulled it, people would like rebel at this point. Like, I haven't tried it yet. Where to go? The elusive Salty Vibes, and
right.
Although that could be fun. Maybe
I might be the only one in the chat who hasn't tried it. Yeah, I might be the only one who hasn't tried it. Seriously. Oh no, Donald says he's allergic.
And it should have been there, and I apologize.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah. But just real quick,
Donald, don't worry about it. There might be other variations on the horizon. You never know, Donald.
Okay. Other variations on the way. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Never know.
Because my mic is like to the right of me.
Yes.
Okay. It's a bad position for it, but I just didn't know if you could hear well. But that's good to know. Dang, so that's cool. Salty Vibes, man. I'm so excited to try this. I'm gonna be like a little kid at Christmas on Monday when it shows up. I'll have to take a picture and send it to you. I'll do like a big grin next to it, like Salty Vibes.
Sweet. That's awesome, man. You have to do it with a margarita.
Yeah.
You have to do it right. Get your little pre-mixed margarita. And
a little strawberry margarita and put it next to it.
Don't drive afterwards.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That's funny. I wonder, and I've heard a lot of people say this, about alcohol style scents, is they're like, that's my weekend scent because I have to go to the office. And if someone thinks that I'm drinking a strawberry margarita, it's not going to be good. But
that's the thing. Like, it was all of the alcoholic scents that I do too. Like, just like the like Dark and Stormy, there isn't a detectable alcohol in it. That's the beautiful part. I wanted to make them like sort of family friendly in that sense. So you could wear something like that anywhere you want, and not get pulled over or like, frisked or something, because that wouldn't be very good. You got to wear them to the office and stuff. So the margarita is it's more of the margarita mix scent and lime and strawberry. You won't really detect the tequila in there at all.
Okay. That's really cool.
It's just super salty.
Yeah. So who do you get to do like all your artwork and stuff? Is that just you? I noticed like just even on this coaster, it's pretty detailed. You've got the margarita there. You got like the sunrise.
I have a buddy in LA that's helped me out. Thankfully, he's a remained unnamed. He doesn't want to have any kind of like. He's just a good friend that that I didn't even think to reach out to him. He does tattoo work and stuff, and I was just like, dude, it's funny. I didn't even think to reach out to him. I was looking for like people up here and stuff like that, and then I was like, oh man, like this dude does some crazy stuff. I should totally hit him up, and he was willing to do it. He's like, oh, I'm just I don't like to do stuff like be interviewed and things. So just tell him you do it. I was like, no, I can't tell him I do it. I mean, I'll just tell him it's anonymous. Anonymous does it.
Yeah, anonymous. Well, that's cool. I mean,
so,
hey,
anonymous does it.
An anonymous artist. That's
I
awesome.
can't take credit for something I didn't do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. Did you even notice that? Like, look how much detail there is just in this coaster. I mean, this thing is cool as hell. That is cool as hell.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's your favorite scent that you've come up with? Like what's your day-to-day scent go-to, what you want to put in beard from your line? Obviously, I know you use a lot of other products and a lot of other companies, but what's your favorite?
My wife would kill me if I didn't wear Carpe Diem all the time, so I wear that a lot throughout the house and stuff, but like if we do date night or anything, it has to be that. And then and other than that, I really like Dark and Dormy a lot, especially in the winter. I'm a weird person when it comes to scents though. Like the spicier stuff, I won't wear that in the summer whatsoever. I'll wear that in the winter. And then the lighter stuff, like citrusy and stuff like that, like so salty vibes, I would wear that all summer long, even though I'll wear it in the winter too. I just have a weird palate when it comes to that stuff. Like Doritos make me sneeze and I can't breathe. It's weird.
Wait, what? Like you're not allergic to it or anything? It's just that's just what they do.
No, I can totally eat the Dorito, but if I smell it, like my nose locks up completely. I have a really, really weird sense of smell and a weird palate. So that's why I was like totally stoked that people like the scents that I come up with, because I'm weird like that. Like I have a really hard time creating scents because I'm really OCD about things, and then my nose palette and just the way I do things is just weird. So I appreciate everyone liking it.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of people in here love the Bearded Coast. Look at Lenny here for sure loving it. Okay. So so what are your beard goals? What do you have for that? Are you gonna keep growing out? Are you gonna trim down, or just what's the goal there?
I told myself as soon as the wife put a cutoff on it is when I would stop. I'd love to try like this big Merlin beard or something like that. Like if I could, I would go as long as I could for fun. The kids are loving it. Like I have this, like my little, he's almost 6 months now, but he is really just, he'll get me, man. It's so, but I'd like to, as long as my wife, when she says, and every time I go into my barber, he's like, did the wife say shorten it up this time? I'm like, nah, man, just keep going. Like, let it go. And he's like, all right. And just shortens up on the sides a little. And so it's just until she gives me the cutoff, like that's long enough. I can't do it anymore. Like,
right.
So
okay.
I'll let it keep going.
Yeah. You got 2 or 3 kids?
2. So
okay,
I have a 2 and almost a 2.5-year-old and then a 6-month-old.
Okay, yeah. So I got my son Jace. He is 3.5, going on 4, and then my daughter just turned 2 in November. So I know we're always discussing, getting the kids to bed, and it's kind of a nightmare. Is your wife helping out a lot, or was this a good enough time for you tonight?
Oh man, like so. Well, we both. She manages a vet hospital, and she can get like these crazy emails at night too. So like me, I'm an IT manager basically. I do a lot of crazy stuff. So I get emails all the time too. We have to respond to. She got one like right before, like, so we eat dinner at 5. This thing started at 6. She gets an email at 5:30 and she's like, oh my God, I need to take this. And I'm like, ooh, I was like, hurry. So it's always tricky because a lot of you guys are on the East Coast and I'm on Pacific. So there's a huge 3-hour gap. So it's like, and bless you for doing this at 9 your time. I appreciate the heck out of that. So I could have that hour, but it does get tricky. So on nights like this, it can be semi chaotic, but she is just absolutely amazing. She does so much so that I can create butter and make fragrances for dudes all day. You know, it's pretty sweet. So I have to thank her. Without her, I couldn't be doing all this. So.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you know,
I
even now, I think I heard my son get up. He's not wanting to go to sleep at night now, and you know, Emily, my wife, if she's watching, thank you. But I, you know, hear her kind of go grab him, you know, lay him back down or whatever, you know, and it's getting late, and she totally takes care of everything. But yeah, typically the later the better for me, just because of the kids, you know, like they're sound asleep, the house is finally quiet because it's never quiet. And so it's just easier for me to, you know, to do any of these things. I have no idea how some of these content creators do it, man. I can't even get my videos on a schedule. So
yeah, dude, it's absolutely tough. I can hear her walking around upstairs right now, and I know the kids are going down in about 30 minutes or so. She must be pacing, trying to get everything done as quick as possible. I mean, it's troopers, man. Like definitely my better half for sure. I know I'm gonna be upstairs making fresh butter all night long tonight. So it's then she'll get up at night with the kids because you know, they wake up and the baby needs to be fed and still make her. And she's like, it's 2 a.m. I'm like, gotta make butter, you know.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. She takes on a lot of extra too, so I can do all this. It's appreciated.
Looks like Tyson feels you there. He understands. From Copper Johns. Yeah. He gets it.
I bet I think he has like 4 or 5 kids, right?
I don't actually know much about Tyson. I'm horrible about reaching out to everyone.
Okay.
So Anthony, yes, I know it's on the top of your list. That's a fantastic thing. But just keep in mind tonight is 35% off, and I don't know how often Scott plans on doing that high of a discount. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
I do not do that. This is the first time I've done a 35% off discount, and I will do it for you, Josh.
Thank you. Hey, you're not doing it just for me, okay? It's for all of these guys who are watching who want to pick up something. And yeah, you know, it's for anyone who follows me or watches and all of that, and so they know, you know, they can get something at the end of the month for 35% off. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Which is a great idea, man. I thought that was awesome. That was a really awesome idea. Like, I mean, beard products are expensive, man. And I know it well enough too, having 2 kids, especially. It's like, you know, can you budget sometimes to get certain products or whatnot, especially during the holidays when you're, you know, doing stuff for your kids and your wife and your family members. So I think stuff like this is great. So it's a great opportunity for people to maybe check out also a company that they hadn't checked out before, you know, and get a couple things.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I was really thankful that Mike over at Detroit Grooming had done the same thing. You know, 35% off is just a lot for a company in general, even large or small. I mean, especially small like yourself. You know, I mean, God, that's got to be eaten into the cost of this product. So, you know, seriously, thank you, Scott, for doing this. And Mike, yeah, there you go. Mike Jones says it perfectly. 35% off is super generous. I agree. Yeah, so Jeff says, Tyson, oh my God, you have 6 kids? Yeah, that'll keep you busy. For sure.
Yeah, bless you, man. That's awesome. You have the patience of like a super golfer. I don't have that patience. I'm sure I could if I had to, but that is patient. That is patient, man.
Yeah,
I used to snowboard all the time. I tweaked my knee. Can't do it really as much as I used to, but it's part of everything I do is part of Cali culture in a sense. So Santa Cruz is you know, the boards and skating and stuff is a huge part of that. So it was a part of me as well for a long time. So I think up these crazy things, and that's why I was so excited when I partnered up with my artist and because he knows me so well, and I could just tell him, dude, I want this, but I want that beer bottle in there, and him doing the hang loose as well, like screaming and stuff. And he's like, dude, I got you, bro. Because he understands exactly what I'm thinking. And like, boom, I'm like, thanks, bro. That's perfect. And like Smokey the Bear is like always been a big thing out here because we have tons of fires and stuff. So I was like, man, I could dress him up like Spicoli, like from Fast Times at Ridgemont High or something, and call him Stokey because this, you know, be stoked your beard is. So I was like, I'll do that. So, and then he bust that out too. So
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, you wanna tell everyone why you weren't wearing the Embrace the Beard Life hoodie tonight, or
Yeah, well, I mean, back to the kids, man. I threw it on fresh and stuff. I right for this thing because I had my Embrace the Beard Life hoodie on, and I went to go feed the baby real quick when my wife was working on an email, and he just looked at me, smiled with a little cute smile, and just projectile vomited all over me. So that's dad life.
yeah.
I had to wash the beard out real quick too. I mean, he got me too. Like it was like boom right here. He was smiling right at me. So it's just this area. So I'm just washing it out. I don't even have oil in right now. I mean, it's like dry as hell right now. I'm like,
oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's hilarious.
No,
Gosh, my wife has been wanting to have another little one, and gosh, that's I love kids. Don't get me wrong, but like the early months is just brutal. You don't sleep. They're throwing up everywhere. For sure. Oh snap, dude! Almost 1,000.
Yeah, kids are fantastic, man.
Yeah, I am almost to 1,000 subscribers, man. I won't talk about it a ton. I promise. I'm gonna stay quiet until I hit that 1,000, and I'm gonna like blow up Instagram once I hit.
You'll have to have a big party, man. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. I might do like a get a couple of guys together or something, do a live stream, and just celebrate the 1,000. I'm pretty excited about it. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna chill and just.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to get like, for some reason I feel like there's like a jinxing mechanism to this like YouTube thing. Like I'm gonna get to like 298 or 998, and it's just gonna sit there for like 3 months. I'm like, no.
I know. Oh. Dude, that's like the curse. I hear that from everybody that talks about that. They're like, man, I've been sitting here at this like 968 for so long, and I just need that 40 more. I'm like, dude, that's like the curse, man. It's like, if you don't talk about it, it's like out of sight, out of mind. All of a sudden, one day you're gonna be like, I've got 1,280 subscribers. Wow, I didn't know. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, agreed. So this is a good question
for the future.
And I was gonna actually ask that, so I'm glad Tyson hopped in. And if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat, and I'll make sure Scott sees them so he can answer.
Please. So plans for the future, I have a lot of fun things. So the thing I'm most excited about right now is the BAC. That I'm gonna do it's launching January 2021, so not far from now. I'll drop some little hints as the next month or so progresses, but it's near and dear. It's not always what you'd expect it to be, and that's what's fun about it. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a really great thing in general for the community and for Bearded Coast. So I'm really excited about that. And then other than that, man, just keep developing some really good scents. I have a few other things that are going to be dropping before the end of the year potentially as well, if I can finish them up. I don't know how in depth I can. I guess I can get. I mean, I got my wash and my conditioner coming out soon, so we'll say that.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I was going to ask, when the wash and conditioner were coming. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's coming soon. Gosh, COVID, man, it's just been fun for everyone, right? Like but you gotta wait for everything to come in and the bottles and stuff like that, so I can have everything. It's tricky, man, but I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I'm doing everything as natural as possible. So, if you're big into no stuff in your conditioners, washes, soaps, oils, butters, all that good stuff, then that's kind of where my gear is.
Cool.
As natural as possible.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Are you gonna have like a custom scent just like exclusive to your wash and conditioner, or are you gonna like dabble in like Salty Vibes version and a Carpe Diem version? I mean, what's your plan for the scent?
I think my brother Adrian would be super pissed if I didn't do Salty Vibes in a beard wash and conditioner. So I've got to do it for him, I think. Right off the bat, I think it's probably just going to be unscented to get it out there. But I do plan on doing some scents. I would love to do that, but as long as I can do it safely.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of companies, especially like one man, crews like yourself, kind of come out with the washing conditioner but unscented, and then eventually throw some scented ones in there. And okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite comb? I see. I think, and who
Oh
is
yeah.
it? Someone in the chat was talking about Adrian finding his Chicago comb. Yeah. But what do you use for a comb? Have you tried the Chicago combs yet?
I have not, and I keep getting told like you haven't tried it. I'm like, dude, I have not had to. I literally, it's like on the list with like, I keep this running list of all sorts of stuff to try, right? And like, it always goes back to like, I'm gonna pick a small batch company or something to try before I'm gonna pick a comb because
Yep.
what I have works for me. Like, right, I just use the Kent combs, honestly.
Yep.
Totally happy with them. I have no issues whatsoever. So it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
How much better could it really get, in my opinion? I don't know. I mean, like,
I know that's
I'd rather
where I'm
support
at.
a small batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I want to try it. I absolutely keep hearing great things, and especially from some guys that have used Kent forever, and they're like, "Oh, this," but I feel like it's kind of all like one of those things where it's like they're both anti-static, they both do their job. I mean, like in reality, and again, this is from me saying I have not tried it whatsoever. How much different can it get? Is it just a reach for something new, or that much better? Really, like that rolls around in my head. So I sit there and I say, I can wait, not a big deal. I'm sure they're great, but I'm going to go ahead and buy from, I'm going to go pick up a Weatherbeard, bundle or something, or I'm going to pick up a Copper Johns bundle, or I'm going to support someone else, or that's kind of where my thing's always been. Is I once a week I pick another company that I haven't tried before or one that I've really loved, and I support them, and I go buy a bundle, or I buy an oil, or I buy something, and I don't typically use the discount codes very often, and just to give back and help.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So we got a couple of questions here. One, Donald's asking about for offense environment. I have not tried Epic Night, so I'm going to let Scott answer this question.
I called it Epic Night because I thought of like the perfect date night cologne for me. That's what that was geared towards. It's absolutely fantastic still for like any office setting or just going out. Like you could, if I was skateboarding on the pier, like by the pier or something down at the beach or whatever, I would totally wear that. Like it smells good. I dig it. It's just a little more of like that. I think that like if I was going to go out to like dinner and a show or something, that's what I would preferably like to wear. I feel it's just a little more attire, I guess. Okay. But it's dope. I love it.
Okay, so basically either one, but maybe Epic Night would be pretty good for that. Here's another question here. Okay, so what was the very first scent Bearded Coast ever made? Okay.
True OG. It's not really a scent, I guess, but it's unscented. So I guess it's just a carrier blend. But the first one that I made was Tangy Dream. That was the first one that I made. So I love citrus, and I like relaxing, calm scents. I don't like heavy scents. I like what I would classify as a medium scent strength to some, maybe like a light to others, So I think that's something I had to work for. Josh and I actually talked about that when he got Carpe Diem a while back, and other reviewers as well. So we all create things around what we like because we're the creators of our product. So we're like, I like this. This is the strength I like. This is the scent that I like, the butter consistency, the carrier. So Tangy Dream, I love the lighter kind of stuff. I like the herbal sense to it. So Tangy Dream was the first one I created because I wanted something to like rest with and go to bed with mainly. And just something chill. I don't work from anywhere but my home, so I don't really go anywhere very often.
Sure.
So my first thought was like, I got a butter, and I got my oil, and I got my balm. What do I want to scent it with? And my first thought was that. My first thought was like, well, I use butters at night. I don't really use balms too much right now because I'm not going out as much. So I'm gonna make that because I love it the most. I really love it the most. It's just very relaxing, but it still smells really good. So Tangy Dream was the first thing that I created.
Yeah, that's an awesome answer. So David's asking if you're out of sample bottles.
They got wiped out on Black Friday. I did set a few aside. As soon as I put them up, literally right at 6 o'clock, they were gone. And it was like I had a few of each, and it was amazing to just watch it go that fast. But I put the samples up there for a reason. The little bottles are actually really tough to get in stock. They keep selling out super quick, and it might be for whatever reason of of COVID or whatnot, but they're tough to get in stock, and they're tough to keep in stock. The labels are expensive too.
Yeah, which of the sample bottles do you have? Is it similar to like Beard Octanes? I got some of theirs recently. Is it like these little ones with a little dropper?
It literally, I think, is almost the same one. Yeah, I couldn't find it with the white top, so mine has the black, but it has the same label style as my labels do. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Michael, I didn't see that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try Chicago Comes. I'm gonna do it, guys, and I'm probably gonna make a video on it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous to try them because I'm scared. I'm just gonna say they're just like any other comb. But I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. So I'll let you guys know. But we'll see what happens. And someone else mentioned something about a little bit of static from Kent combs, and I'm gonna agree. I actually do get a little bit of static from Kent combs as well. They're not perfect, so maybe that's where the improvement is.
Yeah. See, everyone's different, man, and that goes down to like carrier blends or butters or anything in general. It's like everyone's so different. And I've never had, in fact, my wife has this little Conair comb, this little like $3 thing, and man, I could swear that if I go back to using that now, I still have zero issues with it. It works perfect. I use it in the shower actually sometimes, just because it has really, really fine teeth, and it's a cheap comb, and I don't want to beat it up in the shower anyway. So. Yep. It's to each his own, I mean, I would love to try the Mercedes of combs. And I will eventually someday for sure. I'm sure pretty soon after this conversation, but I blew a lot on Black Friday, like everyone else, I think, as well. So
I
gotta wait.
So what's funny is my wife bought like a detangler like comb for my daughter's hair. And every now and again, like when my wife's not looking, I'll pick it up and use it. and it actually works really, really damn well. It's just like a typical brush, but the plastic pieces on it are like bend really easily, so that like it'll never snag anything. So if I feel like I've got a snag in there or something like out of the shower and I don't have any oil in yet and I just want to go through real quick, works perfect every time. So
yeah.
We'll accept craft.
Everyone seems to swear by them. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know. Here we go. Look, Jeff is swearing by it now. I know Adrian swears by it. So, Yeah,
like I said, man, I won't. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm a skeptic. I'm always a skeptic about things. Like it's they're not cheap. They and what I have, it's like, again, broke, don't fix it scenarios. Like if I was like, man, the Kent's not working so well for me, like, I've always been searching for a better comb, but I haven't been. It's been perfectly fine. So it's like, when do you want to pull the trigger and buy something you don't necessarily feel like you need? I do that a lot with beard companies and stuff, like other products, but I like to feel like I'm supporting them, and that's why I do it. So I don't really need to feel like I support Kent or Chicago. Like I already have a comb. It's like, they're doing good. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree. What's up, Jay Cruz? Healthy bearded here. What's up, man? I love his positivity.
What's up, Tyson?
I gotta quickly say hey to him.
Oh, I love Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz. Hey, what's up, Tyson?
That dude makes me feel super guilty all the time. Like I literally am. Yeah, his struggle is a lot like mine, man. Like I seriously like mowed down like 12 gingerbread cookies before I came down here, and I felt like garbage. And now that I see him, I'm like, man, I gotta go. I gotta like exercise after this. Like he's super motivating, man. Like I really appreciate what his platform is and what he's doing, because even seeing it sometimes is great. Hearing it, like being so open like that is just, it's inspiring for sure. So and he's super positive and funny, man. Like.
Oh yeah,
born to be on television guy right there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and he's actually, I've been trying to run over the last couple of months, and so every now and then I've actually thought about like some of the stuff he said in his posts and stuff, and was like, I'm gonna get out there and just go today. I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna get my run in, And
Yeah.
so yeah, he even helped me, man. So yeah, I love what he's doing on his
Yeah.
Instagram. He's doing a great job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oxford and sandalwood works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that Beard Octane comb actually. That was one of my first comb purchases before, and then I purchased some Kents. So that was the first one, and honestly, it's still something I use once in a while myself. Like I keep it in my travel bag mostly now, but
Okay.
I have zero issues with it or zero problems with it. It works perfectly fine for me. Again, that's why I have an issue. Like I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get it, guys. I swear. And I know it's like I think the number 6 and the 8 that people are swearing by all the time. Yeah. Tomahawk says 8 as well. So I'm gonna do it. I promise. But it's like I don't know. There's only so much. Always so much.
Yeah. So I know you purchased a lot of other brands. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
You don't have to be completely honest. You can pick maybe your top 3, but like, what are your go-to other brands? Like, if you've got your top 3, let's say companies, if you're just like, I'm not gonna wear my product today or whatever it is, and you're gonna try something else, who are they?
Define Carrie's blend is fantastic, and it really for my beard works fantastically. Like I really like the After Party scent was the first one I got in the beard bento box, and it's seriously I could probably order that one every month from him just to keep it, make sure I don't run out, because I definitely love the scent. It's really nice. It's my scent profile, which is like what I would consider a medium. It's there, it's light, it's subtle, but it's there, right? It's really good. It's not smack you in the face. It smells delicious. It's unique and different. But the Carrier blend and what he's done with that, my beard will soak it up, and it loves it. So kudos to him. I love it.
What was the name of that one? It was the
Divine?
one that came in the beard bento, right?
Oh, After Party.
After Party. Yeah, I actually really like that scent, like a lot. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah,
that was a fantastic
Yeah,
scent.
it's really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. I haven't tried any others. I need to though. I think there's that Private Reserve that's getting trickled out tomorrow. I saw rumors of, so I don't know what the profile is yet, but I'm interested to see it because I really like what he's done. I want to do some other stuff I want to get some other things from him. Another one, I use a Weatherbeard Sierra Sunrise a bit. I really like that scent too. Again, his scents are just right there as well. They're not super in your face, but they're there. And again, I keep telling him like, dude, you made me like cinnamon again. I don't like cinnamon whatsoever in anything. But his Sierra Sunrise had it. I didn't even know that when I dropped it in, and I was like, man, I like this. It's good. So that I like to wear that a lot. My old buddy Burton's beards. He's based out of Sacramento actually. He had the Limelight he did with Dan C, and Pacific is fan-freaking-tastic. So I used to wear that a lot. Once I found that out and I got that, and then I roll back to Fable a lot too. So I still really like the Teacher, and I still use the Barkeep from time to time, and those are 2 really good ones. I got the Grower recently. I like it a lot. I like that. I'm not an oud fan personally. It's kind of stinky. But the apples with it and stuff, and of course what he does, it's really good. I enjoy it. It's a little strong. Like his stuff's a little stronger than I usually like, so I call it watering down. What I do is I take a little unscented oil and drop it in with the scent. And then kind of it tones down the scent profile to where I like it. That's what I'll typically do with some of that stuff. But Fable's fantastic for that. I still use them.
I love the Grower for sure.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah.
And I'm not an oud fan either.
Man, so goodness, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna forget some stuff that I genuinely love using too, but I guess those are probably the 3 that I guess right off the top of my head I keep going back to all the time that I really enjoy using.
Okay, that's cool. So do you have any questions for me or anything you guys want to know? And guys, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I'll make sure Sky answers them.
What's your favorite go-to 3? If you had to pick like your 3 that you would just go to like right off the bat, like the non-testing days that you have, you're like, I'm gonna wear this today. I love it.
So for me, it's depended. For a little while, I was actually using Carpe Diem, and that's just truth. Just because I like the way it feels in my beard, and my wife loves the smell. The other one I go to quite a bit, and it's probably seasonal, so it'll probably rotate out. Was actually Witch's Breath from Hanyaker. I love the way that smelled. It's pretty strong, but it's like a heavy whiskey. And you know what? It's another oud scent, and for some reason I like it, so I must not hate oud. But it's a whiskey pumpkin oud scent, and I really like that. And then let me see if I had to pick a third one that I just will go to. Oh man, it's so hard because I change it up so often, so it's really hard.
What's up, Dan?
Artist Man Restoration, probably I've gone to quite a bit as well recently.
Ooh.
Dan C, what's up? Sorry, man, I didn't say hey to you.
I just saw that. What's up, Dan? Happy Sunday, bro.
Yeah, happy Sunday for sure. Witch's Breath is nice. Yeah,
Michael, I like Artist Man as well.
Okay.
Artist Man's great. That's I think Joe over at Beard Life likes to compare my oil consistency a bit with Artist Man, and I'd have to agree. Is a tad bit thick. It's very close. Absolutely. I think that's what I liked it too. I remember trying it for the first time. I got Orange Grove, I believe, is what it was, because I like citrus. Fantastic. Yep. It's really, really good. I really love it. That little bit of, I think it's cedar back to it, is really, really lovely.
Yeah, no, I like that scent a lot. I think I only have that one in a sample. But yeah, no, I'm going to agree. And that's when I did my top Feelin' Beard oils, a lot of it was because I really enjoy the thicker consistency oils. And so that's why yours was up there. And you got castor oil in yours as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fantastic for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I tried so I got Hanyaker for the first time. I think it was about a month and a half ago. I got Striptease.
Okay.
And man, that was good. I liked it. It reminded I think I was telling one of my buddies that it reminded me of this hippie store, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It reminds me of the smell of like the incensey kind of hippie store, but then with like a bunch of Skittles or Starbursts thrown in with it. That's what it reminds me of, but I freaking love it. It's a bit strong for me personally, but man, it's good. I really like it.
Yeah, I actually enjoy that scent as well. I think that's the one that my wife says it has like a buttery scent to it to her, which I'm like, I guess, it's
interesting.
Yeah, like sweet butteriness, but yeah. Oh, Lux. Yeah, Lux has extremely powerful scents though, so I'm sure Scott would have to like really, really water those ones down.
See, I didn't though. So I had never had I'd smelled a couple Lux scents before, and I pulled the trigger on the holiday one this year because I heard it was going to be really good, and it didn't disappoint me at all. I feel like at least for the holiday one, it's right in that middle where I like. So it worked out great for me. The other ones that I had smelt before, I think was 1912 and I can't remember the other one, but they didn't smell overpowering to me. I didn't put those in beard, but the holiday one, this year's holiday scent, if you can get it, man, like I swear there's some coffee in there. I can smell coffee, but it's super light, and I don't like coffee at all in my beard whatsoever. I feel like I live by coffee.
Yeah,
but I won't put it in my beard. I feel like it's gross. Like I just dunked my face into like a vat of coffee, and I need a shower. That's how I feel when I wear it. But even though I love the scent, but man, that holiday one that Lux put out is like just I could bake in that stuff holiday season.
Yeah, it's funny.
And that's a lot for me. I love it.
I put in an order for Lux for the first time in like several months yesterday, and then he re-released the holiday scent just today. And then I went to go throw it in cart, and it was still there. And then I was like, should I just wait on the current order and whatever? And so then I was going to throw the sample in, but then I didn't want to pay shipping again because I'd already. And then so I reached out to him, and then it was just too much. And then by then I sent to set up all of this, and so I didn't get it. But I guess I need to go back and see if he still has some available.
If you can, it's really good, bro. Like, I mean, I like it anyway. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it. And,
So-
the labeling, the design is really cool. It's definitely fun.
Okay. So you said you're not a big cinnamon fan, or at least normally you're not. Is there any other scent profiles that you're like, nope? So there's coffee, no coffee and beard. Cinnamon you try and avoid, except for some reason, Weather Beard Company.
Yeah.
Or anything else?
It's really good. I don't like savory things like typically. So like if you throw like a baked good or cake or like any of that, like Fruity Pebbles, I've seen some of those, and don't get me wrong, they smell super good, but I'm a weird, remember, I am like the weirdest person in the world. I smell Doritos, my nose locks up, but I can still eat them. I'm not allergic. It's weird. So I love the smell of them, but when I put anything in there, my brain, my little weird brain is going to sit there and say, hey bro, you need a shower. Like, that's gross. What are you doing? And that's just how it works for me. It's not that it smells bad. It's just that I feel like I got a shower, bro. Like, it's not for me. Like I'm a huge citrus junkie. Yeah. Same style. And it's not like I don't love them. Again, like my wife has been burning this Bed Bath and Body Works hot cocoa candle, and I freaking love it. It smells delicious in my house, but I don't want it anywhere near my beard. I don't want it on my face. I made Coco Loco. I did. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I made it for you. I did. I made it for you. I love the smell. If I had a candle of it, I would burn it in my house every day. It's freaking delicious.
Yeah.
But when I put it on, it's not for me. Thank you. Yeah. I love the smell, but it's, sometimes as a creator though, like you're not, and that's something I had to learn going into this too, is like, it's not always about you, bro. It's about you guys, like not about me. It's like that was a scent for a lot of you all, not for me, but it has memories. I love hot chocolate and I like the Mexican version of it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that too. And yeah, I'm not typically a food, actually have not put this butter in beard yet. I have put the oil in just to try it, but yeah, I'm not typically like the cakes and the sugary stuff. I'm not typically a fan of putting food in my beard either. Yeah. I will put coffee scented stuff in beard, but not the ones that smell like they've got a lot of milk in them or something. Like those, sometimes I'm like real hit or miss on it.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy coffee scented stuff.
You feel like you just took a Starbucks and dumped it on your face, like like a caramel macchiato. You're just like, caramel macchiato, and like it just does. I can't do it, man. It feels so gross to me. Like, but it smells. Don't get me wrong. Again, it smells amazing. I do. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wash it out. I've tried. Believe me, I've tried, man. I had Fable's Roaster. Smells fantastic. I love it. Love the smell of it. And in fact, I've dropped it in my little oil diffuser so I could smell it in my office and stuff like that, because that's how I will use some of the ones that like I really like, but I don't want to put in my beard. But I just can't put it. I can't put it in my beard. I don't want to walk around smelling like a cup of coffee all day. It's just for me. It's not, but to each his own. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this specific holiday, because this to me is a winner. This is win W right here. Thank you. Absolutely phenomenal. And I've actually worn this like 3 times since I got it just the other day. Oh God, it smells so good. So what is in it? I mean, if you don't mind like going through the scent and why you created this one, because I'm curious.
Yeah, no, it's balsam fir, sweet citrus, and vanilla bean. And so I mean, I was trying to think Christmas for me, like what would I like with Christmas? And it's like I don't really like the spicy stuff. I don't really like a lot of that stuff. So like Christmas trees is a great pastime. We do it. We do it every year. We go up to this big tree lot, way out too far that you shouldn't drive, but we do it anyway. It's like 4 or 5 feet of snow everywhere. It's a fun time, and you hike out there, and you cut down the tree and you leave, and it's so much fun. And those trees, and that's my wife and I were talking about getting a fake one. She always tries to push me into it because of the pine needles and stuff, and I'm like, no, I will clean up every morning and night and afternoon myself those pine needles. I love the smell of that tree, and it's always they're balsam firs, basically, right? That's mainly the Christmas tree scent that you're smelling in your house and the type of tree. So
people.
I was like, well, I have to have that. Gotta have that scent. And then vanilla complemented it really well when I started playing with it, but specifically vanilla being the sweeter kind of vanilla. And then I was like, well, what else could I really toss in there that's going to make it like feel Cali, like where's that come from? And I was, the first thing I went to was citrus. Like that's everything around California to me is like citrus. Everything is citrus, like oranges, limes, lemons, so I blended a good citrus blend and kept it a little sweet to complement the vanilla a little bit. And pine being so, I don't know, so earthy and forward like that, I really wanted the sweetness to kind of like, just really marry it well. So I kept everything. I really liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, this is huge. Like, I honestly, when I opened it, because we did this live, if you guys weren't there, I had my wife Emily and my brother Caden. We were here, and we totally like, I didn't even know the scent profiles. I was kind of, wondering if this one had some chocolate in it from what people had said, but I was like, okay, so going in this unbiased, and I took that first sniff, and I was like, whoa, like this smells really good. And it was kind of hard to pinpoint like what it was until Emily said balsam fir, or she said some kind of tree sap or something, and then you had commented, and I was like, that's what it is. It just comes across as like a citrus Christmas tree. Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you. That's that like my wife loved it too. That was a big one. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
My wife loved it too. She keeps asking me, she's like, can you make candles now, please? And I'm like, I will try. I will try to make some candles very soon. That's got to be on the horizon, but I don't know if I'll get to it before Christmas. So I was like, she's like, you're gonna have to bring that scent back then. And I was like, well, maybe, we never know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
but thank you, man. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And don't get me wrong, the other one smells fantastic and definitely reminds me of the Mexican hot chocolate. So how did you come up with the Mexican hot chocolate like scent? Like what is in this that kind of gives it that?
It's like a cinnamony, like, so Mexican hot chocolate has like a very good cinnamon twist to it, and that's really what that is. And you'll smell that as you warm it up more, you'll get some of that. So I'm not a big cinnamon fan at all, but I really do like this amount of cinnamon in that product. So and then the whipped cream, marshmallows, and and there's that little bit of salted caramel drizzle on the back end that comes forward more as it's wearing in beard a bit. It's just a very, very small amount to kind of round it off. I think the caramel did a good job with the pairing of all that. So, but yeah, we used to have hot chocolate. That was the thing, man. You go shop for Christmas trees as kids, and my dad would always bring a big thermos full of hot chocolate and stuff. And that was and then Cali, we got to have the Mexican hot chocolate. So.
Yes, that's funny that my dad literally brings the Mexican hot chocolate every single. And all we do is go to Home Depot, right? Like, let's be honest, like that's what we do. But that's okay. He brings that's cool. He brings the Mexican hot chocolate in a big thermos, and we usually have like a bunch of random cups that were sitting around his house, and we divvy up the hot chocolate and go look. That's really funny.
That's awesome.
Hey James,
that's super.
How's it going? That's my cousin there dropping in.
What's up, James?
Looking forward to picking up some products.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, hey. Cool. Yeah. So, I guess I don't want to go too long over an hour. I like to keep these at an hour so that I can get people in and everything. So let's just for now, we'll go over a little over an hour, which is fine. But I just want to let everyone know that when the stream is over, the code will expire. So, I'm gonna force Scott to turn off the 35% off when the stream ends. So make sure because I had a bunch of people reach out. I think Adrian got a couple people that reached out after the Detroit Grooming stream, and a couple people reached out to me and said, "Hey, the code's not working." And I was like, "No, you're supposed to use it during the stream." So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
Oh, any vlogs on the schedule?
Yeah, Abuelitas.
Yeah. Oh, hot chocolate is the best.
Yeah, Abuelitas. Okay. Yeah. That's what we used to have all the time. Absolutely. It's that little octagon shaped yellow box with the little old lady that looks sweet on it.
Yep. Yep. I think that might be the one my dad uses. Actually, it's hilarious. So Andrew,
it's in like every store.
Yeah, Andrew, I might do a vlog style video when I go pick up my Christmas tree, and maybe I'll throw in some Pacific Holiday or something, and we'll go pick out a Christmas tree, and you guys can see my dad's thermos with hot chocolate.
Do it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, sounds like a fun time. It'd be cool. Okay, what's your favorite scent to make, and what's the best seller? That's a great question.
The best seller right now is Salty Vibes, shortly followed by Dark and Stormy, which is tied with Carpe Diem. And then right underneath it actually is my holiday scents right now, which is pretty cool to see. Like usually I feel like those would be a little bit lower all the time, but they're up there. Favorite scent to make, man, like they're all fun to make. Creating wise, my favorite scent to create was Dark and Stormy, because I really got into. I made a lot of Dark and Stormies, man, and I had a lot of nights with my buddies where we just sat up drinking them and having stories and around a little fire outside and stuff. And man, like, oh, that was so much fun trying all those. And it was really the night rigor, trying to really remember how many drops of whatever, and it's what I used. But at the end of the day, it came out really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I always wonder, like, I had a couple ideas for like a custom scent, like if and when I do a collaboration with a company. And I've always like had a couple of ideas, and so I jot them down, and then I kind of maybe not, I don't know, because I don't know how to create the scents. So that's kind of the problem, is if you're not the chemist putting it all together, it's kind of hard to picture a little bit like what you want. But one day
it is much easier. Like once you have like I probably have a collection of like a couple hundred different essentials and whatnot, and so it's kind of cool when you get an idea now and you've done it for a bit, and you can kind of go, I know that's going to work, and you can go smell them right there because you have them in your house and you can just blend them there. And it was tough at first, like really, really hard to say, like in my head, I've got a great idea. And there's been so many times, and I remember hearing Clever Beard talk about this on a recent stream too, where you can have this amazing idea in your head and you're like, that's it. That's the next great scent. I want this. And you literally will go try to create it. It doesn't work. It's not safe to do. Maybe you have to use too much of this or that. And it just kind of blows the whole scent up. You can't do it. But it was really hard at first when I didn't have a lot of those fragrance and essential oils and whatnot around to just even smell and test, because you could get a coffee scent, let's say, from one vendor and get it from another vendor, and every one of them, even though they're labeled coffee, don't smell the same at all. They're all very different. So you that's why creating scents is so expensive, because if you said, like, I want to create a holiday, I had to go source. I probably bought 16 different, pines, firs, all this different stuff scent wise, because I didn't have any of those actually. And then I had a lot of citrus, thankfully, and a lot of vanilla, but that was easily a couple $100 in oils just to figure out which one of those that I like.
And then you got to order
smell
them
before you buy them, just like this stuff. Yeah, exactly. So it's fun though. I really, really enjoy it, and the challenge of it is fun. But yeah, to what you're saying, absolutely. You don't have them in front of you and you haven't done it before. You should. It's fun. Go buy some, or work with a killer company like Beardy Coast to help create you a scent.
Yeah. I mean, I need to figure that stuff out. It's something I just haven't dabbled in nearly enough. So, oh man, I just had a question and it like totally slipped by me. The heck, it was a good question. Oh, so when you finally lock in a scent, and this is something,
Billy.
is this just like a secret or something? I don't know, but like, let's say you lock in the scent for Pacific Holiday, right? And you go to like make the oil. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a very specific number of drops so that every bottle smells the same. I mean, how do you do that?
I do it all by hand personally. So you have your I don't have my pipette, but you have these little pipettes. That's what we I think all of us use, is those little plastic disposable pipettes for sanitary reasons and stuff. And you're basically just going 1, 2, 3, 4 of this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of that, and so on and so forth. And you have to do that for oil, and you have to do that for balm, and you have to do that for butter. And if you have a conditioner and a wash, you have to do that for that too. And so it is the most time consuming thing, because you can do it other ways. There is larger scale ways to do it and make larger batches. But one, bro, I don't have money for large anything like that yet. And two, I'm super OCD junkie, and if I didn't hit it right, I would have just wasted all of that. So I would prefer just to sit there and almost do that just for each individual bottle versus like going the larger route. But eventually, I mean, who knows? But yeah, man, that's a painful one, just sitting there all night going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down 100 Pacific holidays. It's
and now
it's time consuming.
I'm gonna go to bed and end the stream at some point, and I'm gonna be thinking to myself, oh man, now he's just sitting there from all those orders, just like, dripping each.
And I make him to order, bro. That's why, like, but believe me, man, like I'm a fresh junkie, so like I try to have a little bit of inventory, but I do a lot. Like all of the stuff I mostly do is going to be super, super fresh. So like tonight, if I had 20, 30, 10 orders, 5 orders, whatever it may be, that means like from the end of this, I'm sitting there tonight and doing like all that stuff, which is totally good by me, man. I love doing it. It's cool. That's the only time I actually get, because of the kids and my day job too, is nighttime. So lots of coffee.
Yeah. So that's when you make everything, is kind of at night and it ships out. You try and ship out the next morning or something, or?
I do my best. Absolutely. Like sometimes like, so I think the struggle of some of it is like, you do as best as you can with inventory and stuff like that. And I haven't had any problems with this yet, but it's like, you can easily be like, dude, like I have 20 orders, and I've got, for those 20 orders, I have to make, let's say I have to make 24 balms or butters. Right. So I make super small batches. My batches are only eight 4-ounce jars per batch. It takes me about an hour to make one batch. So if I have to make 24 of them, there's at least 3 to 4 hours of work just to make 24 butters.
Wow.
Because they're all super small batches. It's dropping fragrance, and that's, correctly, that's putting a label on the jar. That's it's definitely time consuming, and, excited about BAC. Yes, Ryan. It's going to be cool. I promise you, it's going to be cool. It's going to be good for the soul. I will say that. Be good for the soul.
Hey, nice, man. Keep on growing. Is that beard brand? Keep on growing. Okay. So we'll do like 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm sorry, I'm like just rambling questions at you, but I'm just genuinely curious.
Yeah. It's fun, man.
So how did you come up with, how you wrap and present your products? Because that's probably the most interesting part about your presentation, is that awesome present, the twine or the hemp, and then the wrapping of it, and like, how do you do that? Like, what's the story behind it all?
Everything that I've had to do or wanted to do with this it has to, being environmentally friendly is super near and dear to me. Like that's sustainability, eco-friendly has to be first and foremost. And I just don't want to compromise that. That's always been part of the brand's image and the center of it. I basically was just looking for anything biodegradable and recyclable I could find that would be a bubble wrap alternative, and I came across a really cool biodegradable recyclable paper alternative to it. So it's a really interesting, like, corrugated paper, and it just pads it well enough to be an alternate for bubble wrap. That's kind of what the industry is starting to use that stuff for. And then I was like, well, I'm not using plastic tape because I don't want to use plastic tape. How the heck else am I going to wrap this up then? Because I got my paper, it's all bundled pretty. How do I seal it all together? And I sat there and I was thinking about it for a second, and I was like, dude, I used to make those hemp bracelets and like all the necklaces all the time. I could just use hemp twine and tie it up with that. And so then I did that and I packaged it up. And I think one of my buddies was like, dude, it's a little hippie package. I was like, yeah, it's a little hippie package, right? I mean, it's all biodegradable. It's recyclable. You can literally take the butter, the balm, the oil out of it, and that can go in your compost pile, which is really cool. So you could, if you have compost like I do, like pitch it in your compost. It's safe for that. If not, and you put it in your trash, it's totally good, man. You're not going to worry about even the little black baggies that I send stuff in. Those are biodegradable worm food as well, man. Like the bags are completely good. Just remove the shipping label, but you know, you can compost those too. And then if it's larger orders, I use boxes, and those are recycled boxes. The tape that I use is eco-friendly tape, so it's also biodegradable as well.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I noticed that in the last package, and I think someone I saw, I don't remember who the heck that was now. I have a horrible memory. Had a crushed package. Everything was safe, but then the tape on the outside was, still intact. And I noticed the tape on that box. I didn't notice it on my box. But yeah, really cool.
Yeah. That was Brandon, I think, at All Things.
Oh, that was Brandon.
I think that was him, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I was like, oh no, because I've got they're glass, man. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, bummer. But it survived. I was very stoked, you know, like that was super cool.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Hey, Beta, sorry, I don't know if I said that already. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start to wrap it up here. If people, oh look, here we go. James picked up Salty Vibes Oil Bundle and Tangy Dream Balm.
Thanks, bro.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, James.
No, I appreciate you, bro. And yeah, I'm happy to be eco-friendly, for my friend. That's a big one. I just ordered whiskey and hardtack actually too, and I was really really stoked to see like they're doing a lot of some of the same stuff as well. Like their soap cases are eco-friendly recyclable containers. I was really excited to see that. Super cool. And they print a lot of that stuff on all their things too. So big shout out to them on that. Loved it. Got the shirt collab.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go, Andrew. 5 more minutes. Yeah, so 5 more minutes. If anyone has a question for Scott, go ahead and throw it in the chat now so we can have time to answer it. Yeah, man, this has been a ton of fun. I really appreciate. I mean, we've had like a consistent 30 to 35 people watching, which is absolutely insane to me. So thank you all for joining. And also, if you pick something up,
thank you.
Let us know so I can see what everyone's going to pick up. I'm excited to see what everyone has to say about everything. I think I saw Jeff picked up Old School. I think I saw that earlier, and that's one I've been eyeing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. What's the sense on that?
No, Jeff's is a give. All of us have been having so many problems with USPS, and I did a big round of giveaways I think a few weeks ago, and they all got lost. UPS lost like every single one of them, or USPS. I apologize. They went to SAC distribution and they vanished from there, and all they could come back with was that. And I remember Bam having the same problem with like a whole bunch of packages too. And what are you supposed to do? You got to you eat it, and you send out new ones. So I had to, as some people have been trickling in, I've been like, yeah, man, I'll check the tracking. Yeah, it happens. It's totally good, man. I'll take care of you. And it's just, but then also too, this time of year, everything's slow. So, but that Old School that he's talking about was I think a lost package I had to send back out to him, but it's my old time barbershop.
Okay. That's right. I feel like I've looked at that a couple times on your website, and I keep forgetting what scent it is. Apparently, Beta wants to know what color your socks
are. Wouldn't you like to know? They're gray. They're supposed to match my hoodie, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I like how you
silly guy.
Confirm. That's hilarious. So drop some lazy days.
I had to be.
I'm pretty flexible.
Lazy days. Oh wow, man. Are those really green, or did you like walk on the lawn?
No,
they look like they used to be white, and you just walked over fresh cut grass.
No, they're like running socks.
Oh, they are okay. So from the bottom, they looked like white worn, like so. Like if you were gonna trek through, like I pictured you making this mad dash across a wet lawn in the morning to get your mail or something.
You're right.
And
Yeah.
you just
No.
didn't like bother like bleaching.
No. They're legit.
Lazy days. Lazy days. So the scent profile of that is a light. Remember, I like light, but it's a light woodsy cologne, like a clean light woodsy cologne with herbal lavender, tart lime, Tahitian vanilla, and sea salt.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been playing with that one for like quite a few months, and only a few of you guys got that one. That's coming to you guys soon.
Dang, that sounds amazing. I didn't even know you had it. And Vado, he is working on a wash and conditioner, so we'll see when that comes out.
Yes, that will be soon, I promise. I'm just waiting on a couple things.
Yeah. All right, well, Scott, I guess I'll end it here. I hate to end it when we have 30 people watching, but I want to keep these at an hour or a little over, just so it's consistent with every month, and it works great for me because now I'll be able to wrap up my night and stuff like that. So
yeah, go smoke that
man.
pipe. You made me so jealous, man. That looks so good. Oh, yeah. I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so new at it, but I do enjoy it every now and again. I'll every other night or so I'll light up a pipe and just relax on the porch for a little while.
Very cool. I appreciate you, Josh. Thank you so much for having me on and letting me ramble off as much as I did. I probably overspoke way too much because I do that too often. I ramble, but I really appreciate you having me on, man. And thank you to everyone out there too that jumped on and it supported both of us and we both really appreciate you. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Seriously, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Scott, for reaching out when I reached out and said, "Hey, what companies would be interested in doing this?" You were like, "Hey, man, I could swing 35%," which was awesome. So hopefully everyone enjoys what they got, and well, remember, guys, embrace the beard life. Always embrace your beard, and I'll see you guys. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.